The only thing it doesn't have is Alien Earth, and if we did have Alien Earth, that should be on here. Fucking D tier. Anyways, let's just go over the first one. Prometheus. People hate on Prometheus. I can see that. It's not really alien-ish. There's not really an alien, but you get to see how the aliens. You get to see how they become to be. You get to see more of that ship in that first Alien film. You get to see about the engineers. You get to see some other aspects of the aliens. Not really the big headed alien, but more of different breeds of aliens. More a different specimen, should I say? And when I watched this just randomly. I saw it on, I don't know if it was on Netflix or HBO, but it was a while ago. It was when I was little. And I watched this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is pretty good. Plus, it was a space thing, and I was right there, all about space. So Prometheus was hit me perfectly. I'm going to give it an A tier, though. I'm going to A with that one. It was good. It's a prequel. We get to see the actual alien with it being birthed from that other monster. I think it was a squid monster or something like that. And he came out and he got the more sharper head than the previous Alien films. And I really like that one. I really like it. More backstory to the Alien franchise, and that's what I like. Oh, we're going S tier for Aliens. There's no doubt about it with Aliens too. Aliens is just amazing sequel. It's a perfect sequel in my opinion. And in fact, I would like to say that in my opinion, it's one of the best sequels to a horror movie or sci-fi movie franchise we've ever had. Aliens just picks up right after Alien and just dials it up by 10. You get more action, you get more aliens, you get more Ripley but being more, hey, I know what this is. Let me help out. You get more Ripley of being more of a female protagonist. You get the Marines. You get the hilarious Marines. You get the alien queen. Like what I didn't like was the aspect of the little girl. The little girl, I did not like that part of the movie. I know it's supposed to be Ripley showing her maternal instincts or parental instincts, because she lost her daughter from being from alien to aliens because she was in cryogenic sleep for a long time. But I just didn't like, I think her name was Newt or something. I just did not like that aspect. But everything else was phenomenal. So I'm giving that an S tier. It's definitely my second favorite in the franchise. I really like Aliens 2, Alien 2, Aliens, whatever you want to call it. It's just a perfect sequel in my opinion. Alien 3, yeah, we put in that we're putting that to C tier, y'all. Y'all can hate on me if you want. I don't like it. I watched it maybe last year. What I did like about it is you get more Ripley. Ripley is one of my favorite female protagonists in all franchises. It's definitely top tier. She's the GOAT. But Alien 3 was kind of off, if I'm being honest. You're in the prison. I didn't like being in the prison. It was just so claustrophobic. I didn't like any of the prison guard aspects. I did like the dog alien. The dog alien was sick. I didn't like Ripley cutting her hair because I know she was in prison as part of the plot, but I just did not like that. And it was just more. It was more off for me. Coming off from Aliens or Alien 2, it's really hard to pick up from that sequel. And that one was really hard to pull off, and it did not stick that landing at all for me. And I know it's probably one of the worst rated in the franchise, so I'm gonna just keep that as C tier. Alien vs Predator, I'm going to B. I remember seeing this as a kid, being amazed by its Alien vs Predator. That's a great crossover. What I didn't like was the human elements of it. I like the fight scenes. The fight scenes were cool between Alien and Predator. Him having to use a net on the alien. It's got that grid on him. Oh, man, that was sick. Predator is just amazing in his own right. I love Predator just as much as I love Alien. So having them two together really culminates that movie franchise. But I do think that Alien vs Predator could have been better. It was on Earth. It was hit or miss for me, if I'm being honest, guys. But it was still pretty good. Sorry, y'all. Okay, next one. Romulus. I'm putting that in fucking S tier, dude. And I like it. You know what? I'm gonna grow some balls. I'm gonna like it. I say I like it more than Aliens. Alien Romulus was amazing. So I missed out on this in the theater, and I probably shouldn't have, but I missed out on it in the theater. But when I saw it released on Hulu, first thing I watched, oh my god, this movie was amazing. It felt like they brought back Alien. Rain was a perfect protagonist, female protagonist to take off the mantle of Ripley. No one else has kind of took her off that mantle, but she was damn near close of getting her off that crown. I love Rain. I love Andy. Andy was amazing. I love the creepy aspects, the crew, the way the pacing in that movie was just so amazing with how the face hugger got in her face. We're trying to how can we get it off? Cryogenic. They use the cryogenic. It gets off, but it still impregnated her. And then the music, the fear aspect, it felt Dead Space like. But oh man, Romulus was just so good in its own right. The emotional moments between Andy and Rain. Isabel Merced's character was amazing. I was hoping she would stay alive throughout the whole film, but at the end, what happens? And at the end, you see the alien actually being, fused with a human, and it's just fucking. He looks creepy. I love Romulus. It's definitely my, Aliens was my second until Romulus came out. Romulus has now taken up the mantle of my second favorite Alien movie, and I don't know how there's gonna be a sequel, but it's not the same director, so I don't know how they're gonna top that. But Romulus is definitely up there. It's just so many good moments in that film. Requiem. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, did not see that one. Since I watched Alien vs Predator, I was kind of iffy on it. I was a 50-50 on that one. I wasn't gonna watch Requiem, so I'm gonna leave it at D. Did not see it. Covenant. I'm putting that at C tier. Well, I like Alien 3 more than Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant was still kind of bad in my opinion. You got these whole people in this ship landing on this planet. You get to see the character from Prometheus. I forgot his name. Michael, I think his name was. I don't remember his name. I want to say it's Michael. I'm going to just call him Michael. Yo, what's up, man? Follow. Appreciate it for the follow. Covenant. What we up to? I'm just ranking the Alien franchise movies for Halloween. By the way, I do some cool art stuff. That's cool, man. Well, Covenant was good for what they were trying to go for. What I didn't like was I did like him coming back from Prometheus, and what I didn't like was him actually creating the aliens. From what I could tell from that movie, it looked like he created the aliens, and I did not like that. He's have all these research papers in this little cave. He's been there for years, and he has all these papers on these aliens because he saw them in Prometheus, and he's just researching everything. And I didn't like how he may have created the aliens, which it's a theory out there. I'm not sure if it's confirmed. If it's confirmed, let me know in the comments. But it's not. Alien Covenant was not it for me. You get to see the alien at the end. The main character, I forgot her name. She was kind of She was not damn near not Rain or Ripley. That's for sure. So I'm going to just put that at C tier, honestly. Isolation, mind you, is a game, but I'm putting that at fucking S tier. And that's going right behind Romulus and Aliens. Alien Isolation is top tier game. I don't know why Adrian gave it a 5 or something, because this is one of the best games I've ever played, horror games I've ever played in my life. Alien Isolation was just amazing. The story was so good. You're playing as Amanda Ripley, Ripley's daughter, from Alien 1 to Aliens. It takes place between there. She's trying to look for her mom. She finds a message at the end. The alien himself is just so, he just knows your direction. He checks everything. Even the end sequence of all the aliens coming out, and you get the face huggers at the end of the ending chapters. Oh my gosh. One thing is just it's too long. I will say that's a long ass game, but it's amazing. You even got the synths attacking you. Oh my god, I can just not speak of Alien Isolation enough. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Resurrection. I'm putting that at D tier. Just below Requiem. I haven't seen Requiem. I haven't seen Resurrection either. Just from the discourse I've seen online. Maybe as not a true Alien fan, but I do want to watch it just to see what it's like. But I'm putting that at D tier for now because I haven't seen it. And now for the grand piece, Alien. Obviously, this is going to be number one pick for me. This is my favorite film and all of Alien. Even this is my favorite film, probably top 10 one of my favorite movies of all time. I just love Alien a lot. Ripley's amazing in it. The crew is amazing in it. The alien is creepy. You got Jonesy the cat in there. Like, dude, this movie was just amazing. It came out in the 80s, so I couldn't watch it in theaters, but when I watched it as a kid, oh my gosh, it was just so goddamn good. Like, I can't get enough of Alien, the first movie. I've seen it like maybe 100 times already. Everything about that movie, the pacing was amazing, the acting was amazing, the plot was good, the crew was good. I can't say that enough. I really like the crew in this one, in Alien. That's why in Alien Earth in episode 5, that episode is probably one of the best I've seen, but still that show was kind of butt. So, yeah, Alien is my favorite franchise, one of my favorite sci-fi horror franchises. Right up there to Dead Space, which Dead Space needs to come out with some cool shit for me to switch. But Alien, the first film, beats all of it. And then the culmination, we have Alien, Alien Romulus, Aliens, and Alien Isolation as my S tier Alien things for people to watch, to do, to game. They're up there.